Excellencies, dear friends, dear young leaders, it is my great pleasure to welcome you today at this important and long-awaited event, the Youth Forum of the Community of Democracies. Let me start by thanking Secretary General Thomas Garrett and his team for their valuable support in organizing the forum during the mandate of the Romanian presidency of the Community of Democracies. I would also like to thank you, speakers, participants, and viewers for taking part. I'm glad that our two-day youth forum, Connecting Youth Democracy Leaders, offers the opportunity for young people to discuss the topical subject for our community and our societies. Our discussions are intended to reach out to as many young people as possible and offer them a source of inspiration, as well as a new platform to voice their views, innovative ideas, but also their concerns. Romania has identified youth inclusion and empowerment as a priority of its mandate as presidency of the Community of Democracies. On a personal note, I have to tell you that as a professor, this is a very dear topic for me, as I consider youth indispensable partners who must be involved in all debates and policy-making processes, in answering the challenges we face today and in building a resilient world for future generations. Dear friends, we took over the presidency of the Community of Democracies in September last year, unaware of the challenges of the pandemic the entire world is faced and forced to face. We envisaged the Youth Forum to take place in the margins of the 10th Ministerial of the Community of Democracies in Bucharest, because we wanted to bring together youth representatives and world leaders in an open and constructive debate. Unfortunately, the pandemic prevented us to meet in person in Bucharest at the end of June as planned. However, there is opportunity in every difficulty. The Youth Forum that begins today is proof that ideas have a life of their own. Words can travel huge distances and reach a large audience without the need for physical presence, and this brings into attention the role of digitalization in the democratic process, which is another priority of the Community of Democracies under the Romanian chairmanship. At the 20th anniversary conference of the Warsaw Declaration and of the Community of Democracies, which I had the pleasure to host on the 26th of June, leaders from 29 countries of the Community of Democracies Governing Council agreed on the important role of youth in defending and promoting democracy. And indeed, the Bucharest Declaration, which was adopted on that occasion, clearly states, and I quote, "Democracies are best equipped to mobilize and ensure that all elements of society work together, adapt to new circumstances, and maximize inclusive joint efforts, including full and meaningful participation of youth in decision-making." End of quote. Dear friends, the pandemic quickly turned from a public health crisis into an emerging humanitarian, social, and economic one with potential risks for democracy. However, as the Honorable State Secretary Madeleine Albright, who joined us during the June conference, said during this anniversary event hosted by Romania, and I quote again, "I see a silver lining. No one is alone. Across the globe, we have seen people coming together for their rights. These are the building blocks of progress at the heart of what democracy is all about." End of quote. Democracies need to work together to deliver the best results, and today, more than ever, youth involvement, that is, your involvement as leaders of your generation, is essential for our common future. The issues that have been included in recent years on the UN agenda, such as climate change, cybersecurity, or a new regime for outer space, will be pressing issues of the society in which you will live. The next steps should enable us to create a new multilateralism for the 21st century, not only more effective, but also more innovative and pragmatic. Your involvement in these future-oriented debates, as well as your presence at the forefront of the normative effort related to these topics, is crucial. In this respect, several mechanisms have been designed over time. For instance, we have at our disposal the very first resolution on youth, peace and security adopted by the UN Security Council in 2015, or the one adopted by the Security Council just a few days ago on the 14th of July. They emphasize the importance of youth as agents of change in the preservation and promotion of peace and security, in building and maintaining peace, as well as the important role of the full, effective and meaningful participation of young people in decision-making processes. We can also make use of the UN Youth Strategy, which seeks to guide the entire UN system to empower young people to realize their full potential and stand up for their rights at global, regional and country level. I am nevertheless aware of the shortcomings of these documents. It is clear that we are not doing enough. Young people should be more engaged and further supported in global debates and decisions on issues affecting us all. We must work together to design effective policies for increasing your participation and take full advantage of your contribution to society. With almost half of the population under 30 years of age, according to international statistics, as the future leaders of society, ensuring young people's meaningful participation in policy making is vital for ensuring functioning and resilient societies. Romania, from its part, recognizes youth as a resource of strategic importance. Providing pathways of engagement for young people in all aspects of democratic public life remains a priority high on the Romanian government's agenda. I am very happy that Ioana Dospinescu is here today, representing the youth in Romania. She will speak about her actions and projects at the head of UN Youth Romania, which is an organization dedicated to the promotion of UN values among the young generation. Ioana was also part of our national delegation at the 74th session of the UN General Assembly. I welcome the adoption today of the Youth Forum statement, and I thank all youth representatives for their work. Democracy is indeed a continuous process which requires the contribution and support of each generation. And I believe this is a call not only for youth to get involved, but also for all generations to be open to include youth in all democratic processes. Let me assure you that Romania will continue to promote your resolutions throughout its presidency of the Community of Democracies and will advocate for their inclusion in the mandate of future chairmanships. Dear friends, today and tomorrow we will hear impressive stories of youth political participation in democratic decision-making processes. The panel on activism and democratic governance will enable young decision-makers to talk about their accomplishments, about the challenges before them, while transitioning from advocates to in-house reformers. Tomorrow, we will discuss innovative ways of accomplishing the Sustainable Development Goals. And I look forward to the keynote address by my colleague, Ambassador Miculescu, who now serves as representative of the UN Secretary General and head of the UN office in Belgrade, and is an active supporter of youth and youth involvement in public life. I am optimistic that debates today and tomorrow will result in valuable ideas for enhancing the state's capacity to benefit from the enthusiasm and creativity of the young generation. Before I end my intervention, let me reaffirm my belief I stated at the Community of Democracies Anniversary Conference in June, that democracy is not always a triumphal march, but a marathon of adaptability, of resilience, and a commitment to working together, a marathon which we need to win together. And I must add today that youth contribution is essential to win this marathon. Once again, heartfelt thanks to all participants in this event, and I hope to see you all at the following session of the Community of Democracies Youth Forum that we plan to organize in the context of the 10th Ministerial Meeting of the Community of Democracies scheduled for next year in Bucharest. I wish you success, and I'm looking forward to your exchanges and thought-provoking ideas. Thank you.